All right, Glam Squad, January 9th, 2020. I've already wrote 2019 on about 5 things this year because somehow my brain still thinks it's 2019. But I know for a fact we are in the new year. We have kicked off our year pretty strong. We've got some people recruiting. We've got some newbies coming on to the team. Hey, Paige, how you doing, babe? That we want to make sure that we're plugging into the units as soon as they get in. One of the things that I have been doing with my new girls, and it seems to be helping, is that when they sign up, I get on the phone with them. I talk about their goals. I ask them what their experience is. I want to make sure that I'm managing my expectations, right? Because when we sign someone, we have the biggest dreams for their future, and it's important that we manage our expectations. And so one of the things that I've been doing is I've been asking them to give me their schedule, their unique business hours is what I call it. I know you've got a full-time job. I know you've got kids. I know you've got a husband. I want you to look through your week and identify your business hours. I don't care if it's 30 minutes or if it's 3 hours, but I want you to tell me what are your hours. So then they'll come back and they'll say Tuesday from 3:30 to 4:30, Wednesday from 8 to 9 a.m. I can't do anything on Thursdays because my kids have soccer. But then on Fridays, I've got like a nice chunk of 3 hours between, 8 and 11 or whatever, right? This is important for two things. One, it helps me give them suggestions, tasks, things that they can work on in the business that are reasonable to their time commitment. I'm not asking too much of them based on the time. Two, I'm not bothering them on their days off. If Monday is a day when they're slammed and they don't have time to talk to me, I'm not blowing up their messenger, because especially for newbies, it could just set the wrong tone, and I don't want to do that. But three, what it also does is it gets their buy-in, because they looked at their schedule and now they've made a mental commitment, maybe even put it on their calendar that on Tuesdays I'm going to work this and on Wednesdays I'm going to work at this time. Once it's on the calendar, it's happening. That in my life, if it's not on the calendar, it ain't happening. I run by the calendar. And I know if you guys have busy schedules too, you probably use your calendar as well. So it's just something that's been helping me launch my Girls Strong, by getting their business hours up front and then giving them tasks that are reasonable within their time frame. So, okay, you can't work Mondays or Tuesdays, but on Wednesdays, I'd like you to do this. And be a little bit more direct with what you'd like them to do. Go through unit 1 on Wednesday. Go through unit 2 on Thursday, whatever their time is. You know what I mean? Like, just be clear and maybe help guide them with some specific steps. Most people in this business do not know how to self-manage. And we take for granted that they're just going to go through it on their own, but we're used to being managed and we're used to being told what to do. And so they're going to learn how to do that on their own, but they're not just going to know how to do it right away. So give them a little bit of help. Some leaders say, I don't want to hand hold. But in my mind, I want you to be successful. So I'll hold your hand all the damn time if I have to. I want you to be successful. What I won't do is drag you. If you told me you were going to work your business and I asked you to do something and then you said you were going to do it and then you didn't, that's a whole nother conversation. But if I helped you and I walked you through it and I gave you some suggestions and you did what I asked you to do, best believe I'm going to keep feeding where the feeding needs to be done. Does that make sense? So as we're adding all these new presenters in, I just want to make sure that you guys are helping them launch strong, plug them into the units. If you want me to be on your call with them, the welcome call, I would love that. I'd be happy to co-sign for you and just give like a team front. Just let me know, message me as you're signing these girls, because we have added quite a few already this month, which is super exciting, because there's also the bonuses and there's the perks, the recruiting perks that are going on, the $50 Y cash and the free products by recruiting. So, and that kit is freaking amazing. freaking amazing. I'm obsessed with it. Okay. What do you need?
I have FCA tomorrow.
Okay.
You said something about calendar.
Now is not the time to tell me about that.
You said
Go.
something
Bye.
about calendar.
So I want to, I just wanted to talk about that, but I have a couple other things as well. I broke out my notebook that I took with me to convention, and all of the ladies that went to convention, I just want to remind you that you have gold at your fingertips. I was just leafing through my notes that I took from convention, and I was like, oh, holy shit, I got like 3 books here that I wanted to read, a bunch of stuff that I just forgot about. So if you went to convention, I would say go back and look at your notes and see if there's any inspiration in there. If you're looking for, you know, whatever you might need in your business. I have a lot of notes, and this is valuable, and I sometimes forget to go back to that. So if you were at convention, do that. And if you haven't thought about convention yet for this year, 2020 is going to be in Denver in August, and it's going to be amazing. Most of you already have your tickets. I actually think almost all of you have a ticket to convention, so that's exciting. There's 25 of us already, and I can't wait to see. I have some discounted tickets. They're $269 on the Younique website, but I have them for $199 still. So if anybody has any new girls that are interested in coming, send them my way. I can give them the best deal. Nobody else has a deal better than that. All right. I was watching some trainings about recruiting because that's my entire focus this month, and I've really been trying to immerse myself into all of the different tactics and techniques. And I wanted to share with you guys a couple of concepts that I stole from Bob Heilig. So Bob Heilig said that there's really only 2 kinds of recruiting. There's attraction marketing recruiting, and then there's prospecting. So attraction marketing is the one that we all fall into the easiest because it doesn't hurt at all. We just say, oh, look at this new thing that I got thanks to my purple card. Look how this business has changed my life. Look at how good my skin is. Don't you wish your skin was hot like mine? That's attraction marketing. All right. Anytime that you are using your experience to spark interest in someone else, for them to say, oh, I'm just like her, or she's just like me, that's attraction marketing. But that cannot be your bread and butter to grow a big business. That is the slow and steady way to grow attraction marketing. The other type of recruiting is called prospecting. Prospecting is intentional, it's direct, and it's methodical. So when we think about prospecting specifically, you need to identify the kind of person you want to work with. And I'm going to share with you his entire strategy. He said that one of the ladies that he gave this to recruited 47 people or something like that in her first week. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm down with at least giving it a try. So when you message a stranger specifically, hey, hi, and then just leave it at that, you are going to have almost a 0% response rate, because most people have 3 questions when they get a rando message in their messenger. How do I know you? Why are you messaging me? What is it? I wrote it down. How do I know you? Why are you reaching out? And what do you want? Okay, they want to know those things. And if you're not telling them those things up front, they're going to get the heebie-jeebies. And they're going to start to feel like they're just waiting for the hammer to come down. Our defense mechanisms are really strong. And so I don't respond to anybody don't poke me either. Don't poke me. Don't send me a basic message of hi. So I love this style of what he's saying, this prospecting style, because it's very direct and it removes the kind of like the ickiness of like playing games and being strategic. Instead, you're going to be very direct and you're going to answer those 3 questions. Who are you? Why are you reaching out? And what do you want? And this is how it goes. Hey, Rochelle, my name's Marie, and I run an amazing online beauty business. I see that you live in South Carolina, and I'm looking to expand my business with people in South Carolina. Are you open to to hearing more about what I do. And that's it. I answered her 3 concerns right away. And now she can think about it. And what he says is, not are you interested? Stop saying, are you interested? Because that just, I'm not interested in a lot of things. I'm not interested in golf. I'm not interested in punk rock, whatever. I'm not interested in a lot of things. But asking someone if they're open is totally different, because people want to be open. Nobody wants to be closed off and, not open to the world. People generally are open to trying new things. You're not asking them to sign up for your business. You're not asking them if they want to buy any products. You're just asking them if they're open to hearing more. All right, so that is easier to get a yes. Remember, the goal is to string together a bunch of small yeses, because then you're getting them in the habit of saying yes. Okay, so that's what he says. No network marketers. So as you're starting to prospect, as you're starting to go through your friends list, or you're looking at people that you haven't talked to that are just on Facebook, you're 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon connected, and you're going to message them because you're going to be brave and you're going to do something you've never done before to get the results that you've never got before. You're going to look at their site first, see what they're about. Prospecting is being intentional about it. So you're not going to want to just send it to everybody, because it's not going to make sense for everybody. Specifically, he says this message will not work for other network marketers for several reasons. One, it's tacky AF to reach out to other network marketers and ask them if they're interested in your business. You can see clearly they're already doing a business, and I hate it when other network marketers message me and ask me if I'm open to their business. Can't you see I have a thriving business here? No, I'm not open. No. 2, they can see it coming a mile a minute because they have similar trainings. Right? They know the drill. They know why you're reaching out. They know that you're trying to build rapport with them. So don't waste your energy trying to recruit somebody that's already in another direct sales company. It's just not even worth it. So you want to look for people that do not have that currently on their plate. You also want to look for people that are in your target market. Who are you trying to connect with? Example, it's kind of a fluke that Leslie's on my team, because the 60 plus demographic is not necessarily my target market. My target market is middle-class moms. Middle-class moms, that's people that like yoga, people that like to drink wine. Now, Leslie might like wine, which I know she does, but we are not naturally going to run in similar circles. Does that make sense? You're looking for people like you. And it's okay that other people are attracted to you as well. That's what attraction marketing does. It draws in all kinds. But we need to be methodical and intentional with the people we're targeting, because you're going to have a lot better success with people that you can instantly click with. And those are the kind of people that have similar interests as you. All right. So as you're starting to go through your friends list, look at their page and say, what are our interests? And use the interest as an icebreaker, as part of your why. Not necessarily, you can do I see you live in South Carolina. I'm looking to grow my business in South Carolina. But you could say, here's an example. I see you're a teacher and I'm a teacher, and I have a lot of teachers on my team who've had tons of success in this business. So I was wondering if you were open to hearing more about something like this. Okay. So you see how it's like a similar interest and how there could be an alignment. April can do it from a nursing perspective. I see you're a nurse and I'm a nurse, and this has been something I've been doing on the side. And I've had some other nurse friends that are really doing great at it. They don't have to be on your team, but I know lots of nurses in the unique world. Why not reach out to them? So be clear on what kind of woman you're trying to attract. And that's going to help us stop attracting people that are sucking the life out of us, or that are not interested in working the business, or that are only in it for the kit. All right. So because you're intentional and you approached it as a boss babe with some swagger. I run an international makeup business, and I see that you live in South Carolina, and I'm looking to grow into South Carolina. Are you open? If not, no big deal. Give them an out. If you're not interested, no worries. Give them an out. It's okay. It's okay if you're not interested in what I have. But maybe you could get them on the phone and do the Jennifer Harris method of saying, I know you said this wasn't for you. That's when you parlay them into the next phase. Oh man, this is going to be so good when I get this shit together. Y'all, just wait. 2020, I'm about to blow up with recruiting. I'm putting pieces together. And when I figure out this Rubik's Cube, y'all are coming along for the ride. So they say they're not interested. Okay, great. I understand you're not interested, but could we hop on the phone for 5 minutes and I could just tell you about it, and then maybe you might know somebody that would be perfect for me as a referral. Okay, parlay them into another basically part 2 of that. And that's the Jen Harris method. That's the one where she said she recruited 9 people in 4 days. All right. So the Jen Harris method is, I know this might not be for you, but do you know anyone that it sounds like it might be right for? Okay. So anyway, that's what I wanted to really get into, was this idea of intentional prospecting. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is I wrote down in my notes, shit or get off the pot. And this is for your people that you have been networking with actively for a very long time. People that have ordered from you 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 times, and you've never asked them if they're interested in the kit. Okay. It's time to stop. We do it because we don't want the no. We do it because we're afraid of the rejection. We do it because we're afraid that we're going to lose them as a customer. But if you're shit or get off the pot, they've been buying now for 3, 4, 5, 10 times. It's to their benefit to get the kit, because now they're going to get the discount. You're looking out for them. And if you approach it with that mindset that I'm helping you, this is actually, I've even said this to customers. I think I even said this to Holly. This is going to hurt me, but it's better for you, because I'm going to lose the commission, but you're going to get the discount. And I would rather you receive the benefit rather than me receive the benefit. Do you see how that makes it less icky for your customer, your regular, your ride or die? Shit or get off the pot. You have to ask them at some point. Stop waiting. If they order, my new rule of thumb is after the 3rd order, I'm offering them the kit with the VIP discount. If they've ordered 3 times, that means they like it. You don't go back to a 3rd time of something unless you really like it. I don't. I don't go to a restaurant a 3rd time if it sucks. If you've ordered 3 times from me, that means you like it. That's enough for me to consider you a good, solid, warm, low-hanging fruit. So shit or get off the pot, people. I'm not even drinking tonight. I'm on a whole nother level. And just ask those regular customers if they're interested. It's okay if they're not. Don't attach to the yes, but don't get lost in the no. All right. Somebody has a question. I see a chat. Oh, it's kind of noisy. I think everybody is muted. I'm sorry. And I just now looked at it too. Paige is like, I was listening. All right. Well, I am going to stop now because that's really all I wanted to talk about. I am 100% focused on recruiting. If anybody cares, I'm still sitting on a big fat goose egg for my PRS this month because I'm not focused on sales. I mean, I'm throwing it out there a little bit here and there, and I know I'll have sales by the end of the month, but I'm focused solely on recruiting. All my messages are about recruiting. So, and all my time is spent watching these damn videos. So, anybody have any questions? What's going on in your businesses? How can we help? Nobody has problems with recruiting. Good, Paige. I'm glad that's going to help you know what to say to people. Just be direct, be honest, and be kind. And if they ignore you, the lesson release and move on. Okay? Another thing that we do for too long when we're recruiting is that we build rapport for so long, and then it's just like, you know, we have people, I have a long list of people that have told me maybe, and we kind of just like dance around the subject. I find like sometimes I don't want to bring it up over and over again because I want to build rapport, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with asking them, are you still interested? No big deal, but are you still interested? On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you say you are with getting the kit? That's a great one, because anything over a 1 is a win in my book. You're still moving the needle forward. So what? Oh, you're at a 5? All right. What are your concerns? Let's talk about it. I love all the tips that's coming in from all the leaders too that I'm posting in the Glam Squad, all the tips about being more interested in them than trying to be interesting, always feeling like you have to be the star. Maybe make them the star, and everything about the conversation is learning about them and getting to know them. That's all very valuable. All of those tips have been so good so far. Well, since you guys don't want to talk about recruiting, do you want to talk about my new hair?
Like it.
It looks so good.
Hold on, go ahead, Paige. You have a question?
Oh no, I was saying that your hair looks so good.
Oh, thank you. I just bought it. All right, you guys. Let's get those fingers moving. Let's get in those messengers. Oh yeah, I did have one more thing I wanted to talk about. This idea of motivation. I wrote down motivation is like bathing. And one of the reasons why we talk about personal development every single day is because motivation is like a unicorn. I almost never wake up motivated to work out. In fact, I will spend all day trying to think of reasons to not work out because I don't like working out, but I know I need to. And this business can feel like that sometimes too. We're not motivated to work the business. We're tired. We had a bad day. We've got our period. I've got a migraine. My puppy's sick. My son has mono right now. So like there's always going to be things, and motivation is not the source for your work. What I'd like you to think about doing is committing to a small amount of effort every single day and stringing together a bunch of days. So even if what I would do, especially if you're someone that has reached out to me and said, I have a hard time with consistency, I have a hard time staying motivated, I have a hard time showing up every day, which many of you have said to me, I would suggest getting a calendar and hanging it on your wall and committing to working your business for 30 minutes or 15 minutes even. We'll be very easy with this task. 15 minutes every single day, okay? And every day that you do it, put a big fat check mark on that day in your calendar, okay? So what's gonna happen? You might fall off. You might be like, oh, I got the flu. All right, fine. I had open heart surgery. Leslie lost her for like a good solid couple of weeks. It happens, right? But subconsciously, what's going to happen when you start to see all those check marks lining up? You're not going to want to break the streak. My kids are obsessed with Snapchat streaks. Do you guys, anybody have kids that do the Snapchat streaks? Okay, if you have teenagers, you know what I'm talking about. Snapchat streaks. They just send pictures every day and it racks up every day, and they get a high number. And to them, that's a sense of like commitment or whatever with that friend, even though my son sends pictures of like his shoes or the door or whatever, sends rando pictures. But it's the same concept that once you start to see your effort strung together day, week, into a whole month, and then suddenly you've got all these check marks, You're not going to want to quit because you don't want to lose your streak. You don't want to break the chain. And it's also going to start to subconsciously tell you that you can work this business and that you are working this business and you're showing up every day. And that's going to build confidence inside of you. All right. So if I could give you anything, I would say if you feel like you struggle with consistency, get a calendar and commit to 15 minutes a day and make it real. Not scrolling. I'm gonna commit to sending messages for 15 minutes. I'm gonna commit to following up with customers for 15 minutes. I'm gonna commit to trying to get a party hostess for 15 minutes. Active work for 15 minutes so that you know in your heart when you put that check mark on there, it's for real. I earned this check mark. You can do stickers if you want. Stickers feel nice. Go to Michael's and get yourself some fancy ass stickers and load that calendar up. Like when you were in elementary school, did you guys ever do the reading challenge where every day you got to come in and if you did your reading, you got to put a sticker on the chart? Okay. I love Snickers. I love Snickers. But it's those little things that are those little like loopholes for our brain, you know what I'm saying? Those workarounds to get yourself out of the negativity, out of the old thought patterns that aren't supporting your business, and trying these little things that will help support your business. Like Eric Worre says, how would you be working if I was standing in the room with you? Well, I'd be working a lot harder if Eric Worre was standing right here because I'd want him to see that I'm doing the most. You know, so if I was standing in there with you and you had your 15 minutes and I was sitting at the desk next to you, would you work differently? Chances are, yes, you'd work differently if I was sitting right next to you. So play these little games with yourself. Give yourself some stickers. Get yourself a calendar. Set yourself up to succeed. Stop thinking about what could go wrong and start planning for what's going to go right. All right. I love you guys. Since y'all didn't have any questions, I still love you. Next time you come on this team call, some of y'all better have some questions. Let's go out there and grow this squad. Love you guys.